guys!
Hello!
Welcome to the M&T pod.
Wow.
Doobly doobly doo.
There was a lot of enthusiasm there.
Yeah, well, it's making up for the lack of yours.
Right, so, spoiler, I've got a hangover.
So, in this episode, we again talk about drinking, or not drinking.
Or not in my
but
case.
we also get deep into a meaty subject of incremental change, which is, I quite liked it.
I am enjoying the fact that our pods, in the last few weeks, we have just gone down one rabbit hole on a particular subject.
Yeah, we have, and that's been really good. So if anyone has any subjects, please feel free to send them to us. But we do end the pod on a very, very important question that might divide our listeners.
Yeah, we're going to need your help and your opinions.
Yes,
so
please.
Wait for the question time at the end because we need people's help with a big decision to make.
Yeah. Right, we'll see you in the episode.
See you in the episode.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Groggy.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you were drinking, and then ask, but why? But you've gone straight in with groggy.
I'm going straight in. Welcome everybody to another episode of the M&T podcast.
We're here
on our sofa,
again.
chatting shit.
Hi.
Becoming a weekly thing, this, Tiffany.
Yes, it is. So, what are you drinking this week, Matt?
This week I'm having a cup of tea.
A cup of tea.
And that's because, Tiffany, I have a little bit of a hangover.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
February's here. Yeah, you do.
I do. It's really annoying as well.
Why?
Because I really am. Sorry. I am sort of learning that alcohol's just rubbish. I really don't like.
It's lots of fun.
I did have, yeah. So I went to the pub yesterday.
Yeah.
And
first of all, it was sunny.
The sun was out and it was warm. People watching on YouTube right now, seeing us under blankets, desperately holding on to warm mugs of coffee and tea, won't really get that. But at the moment, it's lovely outside.
It was 17 degrees yesterday.
We would be doing the pod outside now. I was very close to setting up out there. But there is, one of our neighbours is doing a bit of DIY in their front garden.
How dare they on the weekends?
I know, on a Sunday.
But anyway.
People don't need to hear the hammering of our neighbour. But the sun is out, the sky is blue. It is in the mid to high teens.
It's lovely.
It's bloody glorious, and I'll keep it.
Yes, all right, weather chat done. But what that did lead to yesterday is we did go down to Wom and have beers. And
I
then
had beers. You had a sin alcohol beer. You're still doing very well.
I was trying not to bring it up because Wesley said that I preach about it.
I mean, yeah, you can preach about it though. It's a thing.
I'm on day 95 today.
95. So by the next pod, you'll be in the
drunk.
Are you doing a ceremonious? It's been 100 days.
I might do. I feel like I might do on day 101, not day 100, because I have to do day 100.
You've got to complete day 100.
And then I might have a little weekend drink and then go back in.
Fair play, Tiffany. Congratulations.
And I think I've made that decision.
Nice.
Because we're going to Barcelona next Saturday, and we're going to an amazing burger place that has like an
That's
IPA.
a point. When are we going to do the pod next week?
I don't know. I was going to mention that later.
Well, we'll discuss that
later. We'll figure that out.
I broke my dry January the day before yesterday. Yeah, and it wasn't February 1st either. I think I got to February 3rd? February 3rd. Because I think, like I said, it's not like I was desperate to go, quick, get me a drink. But I like what I did when I broke my dry. Mm-hmm. You bought me a nice bottle of wine. Yeah. A full €9.
Ecological wine. Yeah, €9 when we normally buy a 1.75 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Los Molinos.
Wine is very, very cheap here. And it was nice that you bought me a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah.
We sat of an evening. We had a nice big pasta dish.
Yeah, bolognese.
And watched a movie. And I had a couple of glasses of red wine. And that was lovely. I thought that was really nice.
Bolognese, Black Panther, and Booze
and bottles of wine.
Booze.
Which was really nice. And I think the thing that we've said, which is, well, if I am going to drink, maybe I'll drink something nice and have an event, I think is good. Yesterday's event was that it was sunny.
That really helps on an island that has 300 days of sunshine a year.
I know. And then I went to the pub to watch the football, and unfortunately, Wolves did really well and beat Liverpool.
Did you say
3-0.
fortunately or
unfortunately? Because then I sort of got in the spirit of it all and had another pint and then another pint. So here I am this morning, a little groggy.
And then I had you come back here and play rap. What is it? Punk rap? Rap rock? Oh, I don't know.
Something like that. It's pretty heavy.
It was rap metal.
Rap metal.
We had some rap metal music while I was sat in front of my fire listening to the Beatles beforehand.
You were.
And you came in and we had emo tracks, rap metal and techno.
Yeah, and then I sat up with Wes having deep and meaningfuls until 3 o'clock this morning.
At least 3.
At 3:30? 3 something?
3 more on the 3:40.
It started with a 3.
7.
So I'm all right, but I'm having a cup of tea, and I'm very pleased that it's a chill Zen Sunday.
Yeah, nice, lovely. Well, I'm glad you've It's quite funny because I am ready to have a drink, and I shall next weekend.
Good for you. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, me too.
Are we doing it in Barcelona?
Cheap date. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're going to that burger place
that
we
you
found.
Booked it?
I have not. And I'm going to they had like craft beers as well, didn't they? So have a burger and a beer.
Nice. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I forget that next weekend we're in Barcelona.
Yeah, and it's going to be raining.
It is. The weather actually tomorrow turns here, doesn't it? We've got another shitty weekend ahead of us.
I'm not ready for it. Anyway.
So while it's nice, I believe the saying is make hay when the sun is shining, make hay,
something like that.
Basically that's where we live right now, which is that if it's a sunny day, get out and enjoy it, because we're still definitely in winter. I got
tan lines yesterday.
You did?
Crazy. The weather has been lovely. So what's been your favourite part of the week? What's been your high moment of the week?
I mean, it's easy to be influenced by what's happened recently, but Wolves winning yesterday was actually surprising what my football team can do for my mood. They, a lot of the time in the last 18 months, have caused great depression and anxiety.
Oh, Christ.
But yesterday...
Football's funny, isn't it?
It is funny because...
I'm just like... Because I even said to you yesterday, because you were checking the score of other games, and I'm like, why do you care about other games?
Like, you actually did bring it up. You were like, why do you even care?
I do know, because it all, like, the league and whatever. And
I'm interested. I like watching all of it.
But I'm just like, don't you just care about your team and not... Like, we were literally on a walk in the sun and you were checking football scores. And I was just like, why?
But no, my team did very well yesterday. They beat Liverpool 3-0.
That
doesn't happen very often. Admittedly, Liverpool are shocking this season, but it's still Liverpool.
Yeah.
So that's probably a bit of a highlight. At the moment, I'm struggling to remember what else we've done this week. So, I think generally the fact that we've done quite a bit of working outside actually has been nice.
Yeah, I've been working out the front. Yeah, it's been lovely.
Yeah, lots of sort of highlights, I guess. Good walks. Because, it's surprising.
You started your workout programme this week.
I did, yeah.
Is that not a highlight, Matthew?
I enjoy it. I wouldn't say it's a highlight. Nearly throwing up and not being able to walk for 2 days.
Did you nearly throw up?
Wes pushes me. And, like...
Physically and mentally.
He pushes me in many ways. But yeah, he's a very good PT, and he encourages me and pushes me very hard in our sessions. And he's like, in this studio, because he's got his own studio here in town, he's like, in here you can cry, you can vomit, there can be blood, sweat and tears. But do not stop. I'm going to push you. That's what he's doing. If
everyone fancies following SFX Ibiza, then that's our crazy friend and wonderful PT.
He's very good.
Massage. What else does he do?
boxing and Muay Thai training as well.
Yeah, he's very good, and he has a studio in Central Area.
He does. I'll put a link to his business below. So yeah, check him out if you're in Ibiza and you need fixing.
Fixing. Is that what you're doing on your deeper meaningfuls?
He'll break you first.
Then he'll yeah. See, that's what he does. He does. Oh, have you got aches and pains? Let me then massage them out of you.
It's literally the perfect business model.
What a great business model.
I will break you and then give you a sports massage so that you're well enough to go to the next session where we'll break you again. Clever guy. See what he's doing there. But yeah, so I started that, and that's good as well. I'm doing that in preparation and sort of training for obviously my long walk that's coming up and stuff. So yeah, all in all, kind of not bad. How about you? What would you say the highlight of your week has been?
Well, everyone knows that I'm solar powered, and the weather has helped me. Mm-hmm. But I've been very productive with work. We've had a couple, after we recorded the podcast last week, I did a really long day of work on the Sunday, didn't I? And got a new proposal together, quite a big thing. There's been a lot of work. It's been very busy and heavy, but it's been very good. And I'm feeling good about my work. My little business.
Your little hobby.
My little... Fuck off! No, fuck it. That's the hobby, isn't it? Oi! You went in there. You sold some this week.
Yeah. I've sold a few bottles.
Lovely.
I'm probably going to have to make another batch at some point. No, you're doing very, very well. Work is great. Business is picking up after, I guess, a little bit of a winter slumber. But also
I haven't
just
felt slumber.
But I think it speaks volumes that. So I think and correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't want to speak on your behalf, but after Christmas and New Year's, it sort of felt like very much like we can properly get head down and just smash it, because we often say there's so little going on around here, very little distraction, that actually if you want to get ahead and if you want to focus on business and growth and stuff, January, February really are kind of the time to do that.
Yeah, it is, yeah. January felt like the longest month ever.
Congratulations everyone for getting through that. What a shitstorm.
But yeah, going into February feeling a bit more positive, I think, about work and stuff, because
good.
I always think that everything's going to come crashing down.
That's imposter syndrome, my love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think what in my deep and meaningfuls with Wesley last night I was talking about, it's all just kind of imposter syndrome and stuff, and having a bit of belief, because obviously he is self-employed. We have our own business. We actually have very few people who are employed by a company.
Yeah.
We don't really have many
we have a lot of
who
business owners and self-employed and entrepreneurial people, and even the people that we do know who are employed by other businesses are like really important in that business, or
have a lot of autonomy,
or have been headhunted, or we have those kind of people. We don't know many kind of 9 to 5s.
People who are what you would say is like a traditional employee.
Yes, we don't have that.
And so obviously we talk about that sort of stuff, and imposter syndrome, I think everyone, and to some degree, is a victim of that.
But you've got you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, so get good people around you.
It goes a long way. Or so that you become a dog?
No, just become happy.
Okay. So if you can't spend time with good people, just spend time with dogs. I think that's
right, pod done, toodles.
That's a life hack right there.
But it's been very, very good. Everything's going all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Just keep calm and carry on. Try to keep calm and try to carry on.
I feel very calm today.
Do you?
I'm sorry if I'm not bringing a lot of energy today, as I am feeling.
You can notice the voice. At least we do have a subject to talk about today, and you initiated that subject with a video that you sent me before.
I did. So should we get onto that?
We can get onto that, and we don't have to drag this out, honey. If you don't want to be here,
I always enjoy. I absolutely love sitting and having a chat with you. The pod is one of my favourite things that we do each week. I'm just putting it out there. I just want to be honest. I'm hanging.
Do you know those sweets that you bought for your hike that you were going to do today? You're just going to eat them on the sofa.
Definitely not doing a hike.
So we were going to talk about incremental change this week, weren't we?
Yes.
How did you come across this concept, I guess?
Oh, that makes it sound like I discovered the idea.
No, I mean, like, why has it come into our vocabulary?
That video that I shared with you, maybe I'll put a link to that in as well, was sent to me by my dad. No explanation. My dad often sort of finds things that he knows I might find interesting, and he's always done it. He sort of will forward me an email or ping me a TED talk or something like that, which I love. And this was one that he sent me.
It was a TED talk,
It was a TED talk. I don't remember the name of the guy, but as I say, I will put a link in it below because it was very interesting to watch. And then I shared it with you.
Yes.
And it was a guy who just gave examples of how you can achieve very big goals, big, outlandish, crazy goals, by not focusing on the goal, but focusing on the small, tiny steps that you can take today and then tomorrow and then the day after, that when they all combine, you achieve great goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that sort of thing, I think, sort of resonates with me and with us, with just sort of life, really, because I think a lot of people, especially at this sort of time of year, you know, they've either set a New Year's resolution or they're wanting to think what they're going to achieve in 2023. And I think half of the battle is trying to scale the entire mountain in one go, instead of thinking, well, actually, all I need to achieve today is this one little task.
Yes.
And if I do that today, and then I do it again tomorrow, and then I do it the day after, the mountain gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But I think we tend to get bogged down with going, well, I've got big goals and I know I can probably achieve them, but we don't celebrate the little wins as we go.
No, it's like when you put it into like a health and fitness sense. People are like, I want to lose 10 kilos. I'm like, cool. That's not going to happen overnight. And everyone online says the same thing. It's like, cool, you know, lose half a kilo.
Mm-hmm.
But even before that, people like, you know, there's other ways of looking at it. Like if you want to run a 5K, cool, you know, run 100 meters first.
Yeah.
Like then add on to that. Like if you do a couch to 5K, I think that's really good. But for people who don't run or don't like running, me, doing couch to 5K is actually really good because it does these incremental changes for you. You don't even have to think about what the incremental changes are. It tells you when to walk and when to run. Like it's really good. So like these incremental changes means that it does add up. It's like anything, but in a gym and food and weight loss fitness thing, it makes more sense in my brain and easier to explain. It's like skipping, like, you know, like learn your first move and do that for 10 seconds first, then do it for 20. Like it's those tiny little things that you do that add up,
and you got to celebrate the little wins as you go. And I think that's often where people fall down. Is someone might, I mean, if you use your skipping that you did for a while as an example,
I still skip sometimes.
You do, and you're very, very good at it.
Camera.
No, you just choose not to share it anymore.
Yeah.
But some people might go, that's really cool, I want to do that. They might get really excited, order themselves a really cool skipping rope, maybe get themselves a new pair of trainers because, you know, they want to
match the rope.
Yeah, match the, you know, these things are important. And then maybe after 1 or 2 sessions of doing it, they're really struggling and go, this isn't for me, I'm not good at this, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, because they can't do Lauren jumps.
Yeah, they can't do something that someone has practiced for 6 months to do, or a year to do. And this is the thing, it really did resonate with me about the incremental changes. And obviously with health and fitness, you make a very good example. I'm thinking a lot about obviously my hike and my walks at the moment. I can't do what I've got to do in April yet, but by going out, doing a little bit, pushing myself a little bit further, staying out a little bit longer, going up another hill and then another hill, I know that I'm getting there. Yeah. And I think this is it. You have to sort of almost celebrate the journey as much as you do the destination.
Yeah, like you actually sent me a post by Lauren Jumps, who is the like the person who got me into skipping a little bit.
She's so
from
good.
the UK. Like, I'm just going to bring up her profile just so I can see how many followers she got. So she started skipping in April 2020. So in lockdown, when she got furloughed, she started skipping, right? And she was bad. She was really bad.
Well, she I hadn't seen her stuff before she was good.
Yes.
I'd seen her stuff because you'd shared a bit of like, oh, look how good this girl is, and this is what I'm going to try next and stuff. I didn't realise that there was a time when she wasn't that good, but she put up a reel, I think, sort of in the week or something. Yeah. And she put up footage of the first time that she was, and she was not good. Yeah.
And so she started skipping in April 2020, and she made all of these incremental changes, like to get to where she is now with 1.1 million followers, and her own skipping app coming out like next week. And
her own skipping app.
Yeah, she's built the app on teaching people how to skip from like day one.
Genius.
And she's done all of these brand partnerships, and she has become like a global name, and this is now her career. She skips as a career.
And she only started it because she had nothing else to do during lockdown, and she wanted to do something that kept her active.
Yeah, which I find that another interesting thing. Like what happened to people in lockdown? You had the people.
Did you try anything?
Yeah.
I can't remember. What did you...
I started doing writing courses.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you? Look at you now.
Still shit at writing.
Your little hobby's going quite far, isn't
it? But this is what intrigued me, and like this is why we wrote this down as a conversation to have today. Like, what did people do in lockdown? Like, were you the type of person who started something new? Maybe you didn't get that far with it, but maybe you tried. Maybe you did get far with it, and it's still going really well. And now you do this new thing because of lockdown, like Lauren Jumps. Jumps is not her surname, but
bloody great if it was, though.
That's her Instagram.
She was destined to do it. Like Mr. Kebab.
Mr. Kebab, yeah.
Like he was destined.
Yeah, definitely.
To own a kebab shop.
Or did you do nothing? Like, and you know, it's interesting to see what happened to people in this time. Some people that we know, for example, like our group of friends, either started something or made a big change in their life.
Yeah.
Moved country, changed jobs, like did something that was quite an upheaval because this lockdown thing gave them the push that they needed to do it, or made them realise that their job wasn't the be all and end all of what they are. So yeah, I found it really interesting. Yeah, we were in that hotel room in Dubai, and I started doing creative writing courses.
Yeah.
On Udemy, that course website thing. And yeah, just started kind of learning. Because
that was like 3 years ago.
Udemy did loads of free courses. Like, they were amazing. I think they still do some free courses. So that's what I did, and now I've got a little business, haven't I?
Yeah, you do. So it worked out all right. I think it's an interesting time to be looking back, because we are basically at a 3-year anniversary. 3 years ago, there's still parts of the world where this is still going on, and I think it is interesting to sort of to find out is there someone out there who's a listener who is maybe doing something now that feels like the daily slog, feels like the job, that actually maybe only 3 years ago was something that they only started because they had the opportunity to, because the world went to shit.
Yeah. I find it, really interesting.
It is, because again, incrementally, you don't see the differences. You maybe don't feel or recognise that you're achieving something.
Yeah.
But she is one example. You are another one. Where 3 years on, there's a lot of incremental changes there now.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a big change, but it was just lots and lots of mini ones along the way.
Well, yeah. If I look, because obviously in April 2020, I finished my marketing job at Wicked in Dubai, and we were all ready to move here in May.
We were going to
originally.
End of April.
We were originally
going to be here.
Oh yeah, because we were going to go to Disneyland. Anyway, end of April,
COVID.
And then we got kind of stuck for 2 more months, or however long it was, and we came in July.
Yeah.
And that's when I went out on my own as TiffanyBennett.com.
Yeah.
And then it was only January last year, so like just over a year ago, that we became Ibiza Creative Club, and it was only then we started like working with other people and technically employing people, and that was February last year. So when like I was still solo this time last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you were helping with bits, but
we hadn't brought other people in.
Technically, I was solo. Yeah. This time last year.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Because... And tomorrow we're gonna have like a team around the table. Doing our Monday meeting.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And
I'm
running a session tomorrow on caption writing.
Yeah,
like
you are.
Creative writing.
You are teaching me and our team
amazing.
About creative writing.
That's
it's just
hilarious.
funny how it all. When you, I think more people need to take the opportunity to sometimes just stop and look back and sort of just do what you've just done. Reflect on, okay, all the sort of journey that you've been on, because people get very swept up with what's going on in the here and now and what they're struggling and, oh God, what's going to happen in the next month. But you've always bumble through. You always get there.
Yeah, I just don't want to bumble.
You don't want to... But bumbling, I think, is part of life. I think... I know, bumble now is the word, isn't it? But imagine if you were able to, imagine where you'll be 3 years from now. And a further 3 years. I mean, God knows.
Sat here under a blanket.
Still talking shit on a podcast, I imagine. I'll still be hungover.
So yeah, that's quite funny that I've just figured that out in my head that I'm doing that, because I was writing the plan earlier this morning.
Full circle,
about I remember that you found my notebook about 2 weeks ago when I was jotting notes for that course. Yeah, which is quite funny.
It's funny because you're sort of known now as the writing queen.
Well, I just
lady
say that
with words.
I make stuff sound good.
You do. Apparently, it's a skill.
That is my selling point.
It's a real skill that apparently a lot of people need somebody to do.
Yeah.
And you're very good at it.
Thanks.
I remember during lockdown, I don't know why we are now just talking
Incremental changes.
Well, I know. But it just means that I'm now doing a lot of reflecting on lockdowns that were 3 years ago.
Okay.
But I remember at the time there was sort of a quote that was sort of going around, and it was like, if you're not using this time to start that side hustle, learn that language, develop that skill, blah, 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 blah. If you're not using this time to do that, it wasn't time that you were short on. It was willpower, or it was...
Oh, yeah, but I kind of cringing as you said that, because I'm just like...
And I hated it.
And I saw a post yesterday which kind of relates on socials, but on your point, like, no... Some people just had to get through that time. Yeah. It was awful. I remember at the time that
people tried to make out like that was a really motivational thing. And I get that some people maybe really did thrive in that, in having that opportunity. But I hated that at the time. And I still hate it now, because I do still look back and go, like you say, some people just needed to get through.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe you didn't create the side hustle, or you didn't learn that thing you wanted to learn. But I think anybody who just got through, was that was a big deal, because that was a shit time.
Yeah, and it's also the other thing is like, Beyonce has the same 24 hours that you have. Fuck off. She also has 24 people just to do her hair.
Yeah, she has PAs. When's the last time that she sort of like probably dusted and cleaned her own house?
I don't know.
Or did her own grocery shopping?
But like, it's those kind of quotes I hate.
Don't like those.
Like, cool. Yeah, no, it's not a thing. Not happy with that. No. But the post I saw yesterday was a bit more kind of on the mental health side of things, and it's like, you're not lazy. Anxiety and depression causes your body to stop and shut down. Like, you are just coping, and that is okay. Yeah. Like, and that's a lot of the same thing. Like, when I said earlier about some people started a business, some people changed their lives, some people got through, and that's all they needed to do. And maybe that getting through has spurred them onto something else. Like, so, yeah, I used to love certain kind of motivational pages, and now I'm just like, no.
I still think they have a place, because some people are driven and motivated by...
Really good point.
By being told, you know, you need to be grinding. If you're not up until 3 a.m., you know, and having your sleepless nights, you're not working hard enough. Some people will listen to that and go, God, you're right. That's what I need to be doing. Cool. That works for you. I just don't like that. It does tend to be sort of in the business world. It's thought that it's like a badge of honor that you're tired.
You're not getting sleep. Yeah.
Like you have no idea how hard. Like, cool. Like, I'm not impressed. It doesn't impress me if someone says that they're.
Like Shania.
It don't impress me much when.
I'm glad your brain was quick enough for that.
Just about. But no, it doesn't. I think in the career that I had, to a degree, it was kind of like, if you're not doing the extra bit to the point where like you're pushing yourself potentially to the brink, like that's not enough.
But that was the thing, like with your career, was like, if you're not trying to get the next promotion, you're clearly not working hard enough. It was almost like why do you not want to be more? Why don't you want to be a senior manager? Why do you not want to be a store leader? But it's just no one was allowed to be on whatever level that was, whether it was a team member, I can't remember what they're called, or like whatever they did. Why can they not just be really good at that? And stay there?
Exactly. And maybe that's just where they're happy. And maybe they don't want a promotion. They don't want to
responsibility.
Well, yeah. And I think it's okay to be that way.
Also, if everyone, like, there has to be people like that.
Yeah, there's a place in the world.
You don't have the people that. Yeah. So.
But that's the thing.
We are on so many tangents, but it does. I just
think in the world generally, there is a place for just being content.
Yeah.
You don't have to be pushing yourself to become exceptional in all areas if that isn't what you want to do. There's a place to just being happy. And yeah, I don't know. I just think sometimes in the world we're sort of almost made to feel like, if you're not excelling, then you're taking steps backwards.
Yeah. I also think, like, with this whole, whether you want to excel in something or not, or like motivation, knowing what motivates you is really important. Like, if those posts that are like daily grind vibes, if that's what motivates you, cool. Follow all the Instagram pages. If David Goggins is the person that gets you going, he pisses me off. Like, he is not my kind of motivation. I don't give a shit if you run for 4 hours a day. That does not prove anything to me.
But for some people,
sit down at a laptop for 8. Let me know.
His book is incredible, and it is very motivational. Yeah, no.
But that's you like that. Yeah. I don't like that. Yeah. Like, and I think
you got to find what's yours.
Yeah. That's what I was getting at. Thank you.
And be okay with that. And if there are people around you, it could be your boss, could be your family, your friends, mentors, whatever. If they don't agree with it, that's their problem.
I think I want to find out from the team what they're motivated by.
Yeah.
Like, what they follow or what they look at that motivates them. Like, where was that? Like, especially here, it's like, are you like holistic? Mm-hmm. Are you spiritual? Like, do you have that? Like, my Stephen Bartlett diary has a spiritual section, and mine scores are always really low because I'm not spiritual. Yeah. But that's not a problem because my other bits can be quite high. But yeah, I don't have a spiritual side. I don't like, not much, very minimal. And I'm fine with that. I don't want to align my chakras. Like,
is it because you don't have to? Some people swear by it.
Yeah, exactly. Some people charge their crystals, and I charge my phones.
It's another quote. You're just banging out the quotes. Can we make a note of these? Some people charge their crystals. Kifla charges her phone. I like that. But both are okay.
Yeah.
And I just think that there should be a bit more harmony in the world. That just because some... No, it's got a bit much, isn't it?
Did you like that incense stick before we started? I think it's really good. And all of this kind of stuff does lead you to making those little incremental changes, which... like, could help you do something that you've always said that you want to do, and you're not quite sure how to start, but start small. Should have just said that at the beginning. Yeah,
that was a really long-winded way to say, just do little bits. Just, do a little bit.
Go look at the gym, and then...
Exactly, just remember where the gym is.
Oh, yeah.
I did see, there was a thing I I think I saw somewhere online in the last week or so that someone had come up with this revolutionary idea about...
Doesn't sound revolutionary, but it sounds...
No, probably not. But going, like, if what works for you is to go to the gym, do one exercise, be there for 6 minutes, and then leave, just do that, but do it every day or as regularly as you can, and build up from there.
Yeah.
Because what you might not be getting as fit as you could, as fast as you can, and actually, if you're not changing any other aspect of your life, it might be having zero impact on calories burnt and calories in and whatever. But what you are doing is you're building the habit of going. It becomes part of your routine. It becomes muscle memory. Is I go to the gym.
What
now.
if you went outside and tried to do one pull-up a day?
Yeah.
Eventually, like, I can't do an unassisted pull-up, so
Yeah.
I do not have that upper body strength.
Yeah.
But if I went out there every day and just tried to do one,
Yep.
because I've like, that's been a goal for ages for me to get pull-ups.
Are you suggesting you're going to try and do this now?
No, not well. I'm saying it out loud.
That's going on a pod, and people are going to go, "How's the pull-up going, Tifla?"
But that's a good point. I think that's just why it's kind of clicked in my head. If I just went out there like right now and just did one and walked away, because I can do that, because I don't have to unwrap any of the gym. I can just go out there and do it.
The rig's there.
And it's like that's an incremental change.
It's one of those. It's another one of those little things that resonated with me, because I think so many people go, "Cool, I've now just joined the gym." So in their first week, they go and do an hour and a half or a 2-hour session.
Yeah.
Don't see immediate results, feel like shit, feel really self-conscious, and then go, well, I'm not really feeling anything.
No.
Maybe you're putting too much pressure on yourself, you're pushing yourself too far. Go 3 or 4 times this week and only go for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what works for you.
You're getting the same time out of it, like, eventually. Like, yeah, one of those things, and something that I probably need to
from
put
there
back into place.
you will start to build a habit. It will become just something that you do, and then it just grows and grows slowly, but it grows, which is better than joining a gym, going once, feeling shit about it, and then not going again.
True
which
that.
is what I think a lot of people end up doing in lots of different aspects.
Oh no, everyone smashed January. How's it going now, folks?
Yeah. I hope that more people sort of stick with what it is that they want to do. I think it's about setting things realistically, I think.
And I think that that's portrayed a lot more in social media, podcasts, YouTube, all of that, because the kind of podcasts we listen to.
I was going to say certainly what we're exposed to.
We do Stephen Bartlett, a lot of Mel Robbins, those kind of people, and they talk to people that are they're not all the hell for leather people. It is the make these small changes, think of one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Don't try and overhaul your whole life on a Monday morning. That's not going to work.
Nope. I
Smashed it.
I got 2 questions that came through for the pod. I thought we'd move on to those.
Yeah, and
then I can go to bed.
Oh, I was going to make you breakfast.
You can make me breakfast and then I'll go to
bed. Have it
bed.
in bed.
So this was an anonymous question that came through, which I'd love. And if there is anybody who's thinking, I'd like to ask a question, but I don't know, you can send them anonymously and we'll answer them. So this came through. Anonymous question for your next pod. I'd like yours and Tiff's advice. I work in tech and I've got a 9-to-5 job with a company and a team, and I enjoy working with them. But I've also got my own business on the side, and that's become really lucrative. My side hustle is nearly the same job as I do in my 9-to-5, but with loads of my own clients. Over the last 3 years, the side hustle business has been great and it's growing each year. I'm thinking of switching to the side hustle full-time. I'm nervous, but have seen what you and Tiff have done, and I find it really inspiring. Do you have any advice for someone who is about to make a big choice?
Fuck it.
There you go, done.
No, but it's freaking scary, and we've actually come across a few people that have said, fuck it, we're moving to Ibiza. We've gone through so much of the process with them, and then they haven't done it. And then there's some people that have done it.
Yep.
And it it is a commitment to the cause. Like, you do have to look ahead and go, my life is going to be better.
Yeah.
Maybe not straight away, because it's going to be hard. It's going to cost money. You might be making less money, but your life will be better. And you won't...
If you believe that, yeah.
If
and
you,
you're
oh
going to
yeah,
work
of course,
and if you're going to work
if
for
you
it.
if you're willing to work for it and you truly believe that this will be better for you, and it will be, because you're not going to be working for somebody. I hate working for people. I can't do it anymore.
You're not very good at having a manager, are you?
No. You're not going to be working for somebody. You're going to be working on your own terms. You're going to be working in your own hours. You can stay up until 3 a.m. if you want to. Mm-hmm. You can work at 5 a.m. and stop at 2 p.m. if you want to. Yeah. Like, it is life on your own terms, and those terms might not be perfect straight away, but they will get better and better, and you will get happier and happier. You just have to be prepared for that initial maybe struggle.
But
say fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, if you're going to make the leap, it's a fuck it leap, isn't it? It is. By the sounds of things, like, all of the ducks are in a row here. Because if somebody was to ask me, this is what I want to do, but I don't know how to even get started in doing it, I remember I've spoken to quite a few people over the years and stuff of create a side hustle and do it. Hopefully it's something that you love and enjoy, because you don't feel, when you've done your 9 to 5 and now you're doing a side hustle, you don't want to feel like it's just extra work. Hopefully it's something you enjoy. And if it's possible, and I've known people that have done this, as that grows, you do less in the 9 to 5. I know it's not always possible in every career, but I knew someone that basically went from full-time to part-time.
Yeah, I thought that
and in
could
those
be an
extra hours, those extra hours they now had in their life, they threw at the side hustle that they'd already got rolling a little bit. Now they could get it rolling more, and they just slowly reduced hours in the 9 to 5 into not a 9 to 5, maybe a 9 to 12 or something. And you just tip the balance.
Tip the balance more.
Until you get to a point where you can go, I think I can do this. I think I can actually drop being employed by somebody and just focus on my own hustle. And by the sounds of things, this person's already done that.
Yeah.
And so you've already got the safety net of knowing that you can do it. It's big and it's scary. And actually, it can also be a bit sad and feel like a bit of a loss when you leave somewhere and you no longer have that team or that safety or that camaraderie. But hopefully you believe in what it is that you're doing next. And here's the thing, it's something I'm a big believer in recently. That one big fuck it decision that you make doesn't have to be the last one.
No.
So if you make that decision and you start going down a path, you can make another one. Mm-hmm. You can go, actually, now I'm going to take on that. Now I'm going to do this. Maybe I'm going to shift my journey slightly because it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. You know, the big fuck it decision doesn't have to be the final one.
No.
Which I think a lot of people, again, tend to feel.
But the difference, like you say, the ducks are in a row seems to be in that.
Mm-hmm.
What we were very different with is that we did not have our business built.
No.
We didn't have this started. But what we did do is prepare to be able to financially get through like 2 years or a year if we needed to or whatever. And then, so if you have that preparation, which it seems like this person does, then... yeah, crack on.
Yeah.
Keep us updated with your choices.
Please do. And good luck.
Very exciting.
That is very exciting. The second question, which is even more deep and meaningful.
This is stupid.
Is from Naomi, who absolutely loved the vegetable chat.
Oh, fucking
and how potatoes are the best vegetables because of their...
potato smileys.
Their ability to just fit into every life situation, meal.
Yeah.
She'd like to know what fruit you'd choose.
Oh, fuck. We were talking about fruit yesterday because I don't eat fruit that often, but I really like fruit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, if I had to eat one...
if you could only eat one fruit...
in a certain way, or...
I know, I can do that with potatoes.
Oh, true that.
It's their versatility that makes them king. So, you're only allowed one fruit for the rest of your life. What fruit do you choose?
Crumble.
Crumble?
I was thinking apples, because you can make different things with apples. Because apple crumble. But I really like dried pineapple and kiwi. So I'm like, do I go with pineapple? Because then, what about juiced... Like, can you only then have one juice for the rest of your life? Like, can I only have pineapple juice or apple juice?
Yeah.
Okay, so something that has to be juiced. It has to be good as a juice. Kiwi juice, no. But kiwi chutney is amazing. So does that mean we don't get cut chutney anymore?
You wouldn't be allowed mango chutney.
Or kiwi chutney.
Or kiwi chutney, if that matter.
Oh, shit. And then jams.
Yeah.
I might have to think about it.
Do we need to come back to next week?
What do you think?
Do you know what? Instinctively, I was going to try and be like really smart and go, tomato.
Oh, no, that's awful.
Because it's a fruit.
But you can have a Bloody Mary.
Can have a Bloody Mary.
Pizza.
Ketchup.
This is
sauces.
more difficult than vegetables. This is actually more difficult. Because do you wipe out everything else?
You're only allowed one fruit for the rest of your life.
Tomato might be the one, because you can have pizza and pasta.
Exactly. I like all those pasta sauces.
Oh, fuck a duck. Hold on, what gets served with
duck? So I thought... Oh, I'd love a bit of duck.
A bit of crispy duck.
Love a crispy duck.
Oh, I'm going to have to think about this, but I think tomato actually might be the winner.
I think so. Tomato. Because, weirdly, it's the savoury factor, isn't it? It does mean that you'll never be allowed to have apple crumble, orange juice, none of that, pineapple juice, because you've stuck with... No. I
haven't had a Craig David in a while.
Should we do that next week? To break your 100 days of sober?
That's not going to be my
You're going
first
to do a tequila and a pineapple juice?
No.
Great question, Naomi. I think what we're settling on here is that if we could only have one fruit for the rest of our lives, we would have a tomato. But
I would like other people's input on this, because this is a tough one. That has fried my brain.
It's a tough one.
Okay.
All right.
Good one to close on. Thanks, Naomi.
I think so. Right, I need this breakfast and then to go to bed.
Okay, then.
So, thank you very much for sticking with us. Send me your love and your pity for my what feels like life-changing hangover that's getting worse.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and I guess we'll see you next week.
Bye!